Okay, what is home advantage?
But in a way, we have no better can do what doing well.
Yeah, I haven't seen them, so we'll see. So I'm asking you, what's the home advantage? When we go to New Zealand, what sort of wicket we get? What Australia or England do when we go there? What India doing at home? Yeah?
That's okay, but
That's okay, then what's your question?
in long-term development, I'm questioning like we have to play overseas as well. So
Yeah, so overseas we're trying to manage with what we have. If you don't have missiles, how do you fight? You have to fight guerrilla war, isn't it? Let them come home and with little guns. If you don't have ammunition, we can't do it. All we can do is probably develop those players. So eventually we have enough. Like I think you can't say that like in South Africa they did well. In New Zealand they did well. So once we get, like we are, as we discuss here, that there's some of the fast bowlers coming through the system. I remember ever that when my first series to New Zealand as a development player, and him and Chandika, and they were now doing well. So it takes time. I'm not agreeing what you first said, that because every country do the same thing. If you need to take the home advantage. We play to our strength when we come in. When I think I've been following Bangladesh cricket since I left, and time to time, many like players and the officials been in touch with me in various times and situations. I always had a soft corner for Bangladesh cricket because that was my first international assignment. So back of my mind, and wanted to come back someday. I never thought of that will come this early. But then during, I think the World Cup, T20 World Cup, when I met President and some of the officials, we discussed few things, and then yeah, I thought that's the right time to come. And then because of the 23 World Cup, 23 World Cup, 50 over World Cup is coming up. If I come a bit late after the New South Wales season, a bit too late. So I thought this is the right time to come, and as soon as the big batch finished, I decided to come.
Is this the first time? Was this the first offer after you left this job? The first time BCB had offered you?
No.
Second time?
No.
Hi, Chandika. This is Ekush Tabadar from the Daily Star. In 2017, when you left to Bangladesh, BCB president says in media that Hathurusingha felt he had nothing more to give Bangladesh. So now you are here, definitely to give something. So what motivation actually work for you to come back this time?
Yes. I will answer my point of view. I think it's so really in a transition period. I think we're going forward in next 2-3 years. A lot of the senior players have done really well for Bangladesh cricket, and they're probably the legends of Bangladesh cricket. They're going to be remembered as a really good generation. And then other side of it is the really good young players coming through as well. And then to be part of that kind of a challenge is always motivated me to come back.
Sikandar?
Hi, Chandika. I'm Sikandar from the Daily Show. Won the World Cup not far from this year. And you have BCB officers have some expectation, and I think they assigned you to achieve some goals. Do you think it is pressure for the coach?
Yeah, I mean, coaches have always pressure, isn't it? If team do well, coaches are okay. If don't, the pressure coaches, they ask questions. But we all have expectation. I think as a nation we have expectation that because it's happening in India, and we have expectation is one of the format that we really do well. So that expectation is there. But at the same time, what we can control is preparation, like how we prepare best to our ability and make sure that all the big players or the top main players are fit and healthy. If we can achieve that, I think we can give a really good crack for the World Cup.
Ruben?
Coach, this is Ruben. I'm from Machraga TV. Before you came here, the first and second ODI squad declared by BCB for England series. There are some old faces and new faces for you in this team. So, are you going to depend in the 11 with the old faces, or will you include the new faces?
Yeah, I haven't even met any of them. I haven't seen any of the new guys. So what I will do is this series, I'm going to observe how we're going to play. I think they've been playing very good cricket lately. They had a very good series against India. We probably try to do the same thing, and I want to see what.
দেশ জুড়ে শুরু হয়েছে নগদ রকমারি অনলাইন বইমেলা। রকমারির ডিসকাউন্টের উপরে শুধুমাত্র নগদ দিয়ে পেমেন্ট করলেই পাবেন আরো 21% ক্যাশব্যাক।
Their processes are how we play that game at the India series. I'm relying on our other coaching staff and the leaders of the team to give me a lot of information. So let's see. First two games will go like that and see, and then take it from there.
Parvez?
Hi, Hathu. This is Masud from Kalekmanto. Bangladesh played in an ICC event in the semi-final back in 2017. Yeah. So in the Champions Trophy. So do you really think you can take this team one step further in ICC?
Yeah, it's a big question now. It's something we can, the future will decide. I don't know. I can't tell you now. At this stage, I think we not at the top 4 ranking, isn't it? So for me to come and say that, we're going to do that, it's not very wise for me to say that. So we need to get better at certain areas. We have to get fitter. We need to develop our skills and get the combination right, and make sure that players are in top form and fit enough. Close to the World Cup. So let's see what happens there.